This isn't good times, great memories, Colt Cabana. This is the Colt Cabana that's looking to stretch Joe Alonzo, looking to beat Joe Alonzo within an inch of his life.
Tyler, it's been almost 20 years since Colt Cabana and Homicide did war with one another at the Frontier Fieldhouse in Chicago Ridge. I can only hope tonight that Colt Cabana is able to channel that.
Taking umbrage with the fan here at ringside.
It has been a long time since I've seen Colt Cabana look this focused and this intense.
It's laser focus, it's intent, he's waiting for Joe Alonzo to make to make his move.
And you're gonna think, Joe Alonzo knows that Colt Cabana, for as long as I've been following wrestling in Chicago, has been the face of wrestling in Chicago. A victory over Colt Cabana at an AAW show can change all of that. Now, God help us as Chicago wrestling is identified by Joe Alonzo, but that's what's at stake for him in this match.
I mean, it's tough to say, but it's a bitter pill to swallow.
It is. There may not one that I want to swallow.
There may not be a wrestler here in Chicago who has had more of a banner 2025, and even going back to 2024 than Joe Alonzo.
Absolutely. No, he's on fire right now. I just wish he wasn't who he was. I wish he acted a different way. I wish he would have shaken my hand when I got in the building today, but instead he looked at me and spit in my direction.
I've known Joe Alonzo for 15 years.
I'm sorry to hear that.
And he's always been the same Joe Alonzo. What you see is what you get.
It's what's made him so successful, and it's what makes him so aggravating.
This is a former AAW Heritage Champion. Went toe-to-toe with Mustafa Ali just a few months ago. Recently competed against Nick Nemeth in another territory. Here tonight, this isn't just a wrestling match. This is Joe Alonzo disrespected a lifelong friend, somebody that Colt Cabana traveled the roads with for 15, 20 years. Not only that, but disrespected that same man's child.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. We can only hope that Colt Cabana takes what he's learned in the Pro Wrestling Noah Dojo over the years that he's been there, and he stretches Joe Alonzo like the young boy that he is.
The years that Cabana has spent in the Pro Wrestling Noah Dojo with Ring of Honor, here in the Steel Domain Dojo, underneath Team Dominion and Ace Steel.
Think about the European tours he did learning that style. This is a guy that if he wants to, and a lot of the time he chooses to have a good time, but if he wants to, he could rip you limb from limb, no different than, say, a Brian Danielson, somebody that he trained with and traveled the roads with for years.
And one thing I've always said about Colt Cabana, outside of that, just how well accomplished of an athlete and wrestler he is the man who changed independent wrestling for what it is.
Forever.
Without the art of wrestling, without Pro Wrestling Tees and his involvement, without his social media game, Joe Alonzo wouldn't have an intern on the outside. There may not be a company that's all elite. Colt Cabana is what changed professional wrestling, and now Alonzo's got the money.
Oh, brother.
That Donovan could talk for himself. Drop toe hold sends Donovan into Alonzo.
Cabana using that collegiate football pedigree there. Such quick feet to pull that off.
Western
scientific about that.
You know, and Donovan and Joe came to the ring sporting those homage to Greg the Hammer Valentine there. I broke Robbie's yet. I shaved Steven's head.
I still can't believe, for a guy, look, I never want to encourage vigilante justice, but the fact that Joe Alonzo didn't show up tonight with 2 black eyes and an arm and a sling.
Man floats in. Oh, my God!
Home run swing. I'm disappointed Alonzo's been able to walk through the city of Chicago, Berwyn, Marionette Park, Logan Square, wherever it may be, unfazed. I was almost hoping somebody, an AAW faithful member, would step up to him after what he did last night.
One who tried to during the entrance, and they got escorted on.
That's right.
Man attempts to get the back elbow, now hits the ropes. Oh, and Alonzo scouted, flies in. Oh,
he's going to get
Colt Cabana with that cover, and down Donovan Marcelous again. Gets sent into the guardrail. Now Alonzo looking to capitalize. Oh, hangs him up to try.
Just like that, the numbers game has put Cabana on the defensive.
Alonzo capitalizing at the opportunity at hand. Realized he had a split second there to distract Cabana, drop him neck first over that top rope, and now lay the boots on.
All right, Tyler, this is what's so frustrating about Joe Alonzo. He's so naturally talented. He could probably win the big gold belt off of his natural abilities, and yet this is the way that he chooses to enter every single match with a partner on the outside.
Not only that, but he chooses to be this type of human.
Every day you wake up with a choice to be kind. Joe Alonzo chooses the opposite.
Now a shot to the chest of Cabana. That's not something that I think Joe Alonzo wants to do.
I would not advise. Oh, he's got the eyes of Cabana.
Tearing at the eyes, clawing at the face. Now drapes him over that second turnbuckle. Cabana all the way to Joe Alonzo, coming down onto that neck. Now Dan Donovan again.
I tell you, they are a well-oiled machine. I do not like it, but I do respect it.
It's much like the Bravo thing. You have a game plan in mind, and you execute.
That's the thing. They probably spent as much time game planning for what they would do together more so than what Alonzo would do against Cabana.
Alonzo with a lateral press. And now, I mean, you talk about game plans, you talk about sticking with the game plan. One has to win. What did Trevor Lee have to do with that involvement earlier tonight? Was he an innocent bystander with Rafael Quintero, or was he the one that took him out?
Tyler, getting inside the mind of Trevor Lee is not an enviable position. The thing is, he did seem to have a certain scheming look to him that I did not like, nor did I trust.
And Alonzo follows in with a drop kick.
Got him flush.
Cabana reeling. Put down with a back suplex. And that faraway look in his eye. Soaking it in, jaw-jacking with the fans, sauntering around the ring, and mimicking, mocking Colt Cabana.
I mean, this is the environment that he feeds off of. The louder they boo, it's like the more powerful he becomes, disrespecting Cabana there.
You're in my house. This is my city. Do you understand? Do you understand?
Oh no!
Second shot to the head.
Alonzo does it again. Cabana, look at the eyes, the intent, the anger, the frustration. Oh, Chris twist. It's over, and it goes overhand with the chop, does Cabana.
Alonzo retreating to the ropes. It's the only thing he can do.
Goes right into another chop of Colt Cabana. Now turns to nobody. Oh! Alonzo eats that second turnbuckle.
This is where the years and years of training for Cabana can pay off. Alonzo might be younger, he might be quicker, but Cabana is still as smart as they come.
It's crafty. Oh,
tried to sweep the referee's legs there as well. Cabana's lucky that that didn't cost him the match.
Wrist control. Overhand with that right elbow. Onto the shoulders. Goes Alonzo, but he finds him out the back door, maybe clawing at the eyes.
He's caught with the ear.
Puts him in the face, and now springboards off. And lands right into a Manhattan drop. Oh, Cabana!
Here we go.
Billy Goat's curse! Billy Goat's curse!
He's got it in the middle of the ring, Tyler.
The center of the ring, the Billy Goat's curse is locked in! And Cabana's got nowhere to go. I should say Alonzo has nowhere to go.
Donovan can help you now, Joe Alonzo.
Alonzo, give the assist to Donovan, but again, the referee needs to step in here, and he needs to do something about
It's
this.
unbelievable. You have to be aware of him on the outside at all times. You're refereeing three guys. It might not be fair to the referee, but when you referee a Joe Alonzo match, that's what it comes down to.
Now Cabana pulls him in. Hoists him up with the power. Oh, Alonzo to the face. Now springboard crowns him off the rope. Double axe handle, and now hooks the leg. And Cabana!
He might be knocked out.
No! Look at that, look at that, look at the hand! Look at the hand! Give the assist